Take two. So, yep, live again for an interview with FCC full contact contender fighter Jonno Mears, who is currently going viral around the internet right about now. If you've not heard of Jonno, basically go anywhere online and have a look for Jonno Mears and he'll pop up. But we'll get into more as to why about that in the next few minutes when he pops on. We had some technical issues last time, so we're trying this one again. Hopefully it'll go nice and smoothly this time. Just wait for Jonno to pop up. Jonno Mears, there we go. Add as guest. Should work nice and smooth. Jonno, you should be getting an invite in theory to join the chat. Oh, that didn't seem to work. Oh. Try once more. Ooh. Hello to my mate Sean Davis, who's watching. He just had a fight on a Night of Gladiators. Unfortunately came up short in his title fight. Good job on that one though. Just waiting for, sent Jonno an invite, so just waiting for Jonno to get the invite. Hopefully he'll pick that up soon. I love it when technology works well. It's brilliant. Thank you, Louisa. Johnny, can you just comment if you're actually getting the invite? Because it just says it's inviting you, but it's not. I don't know if that's getting through to you or not. No answer from the live guest. Bloody technology. Try. Third time's a charm. Come on. Oh, connecting. Hey!
At last we get there. Well,
You're right, mate. How's it going?
Then. Thank you for being patient, Stephen. The last time then, I was trying to connect and the camera wasn't connected, so after doing the update, I had to go into my settings, privacy, and I was going to get the camera stop.
No, it's a pleasure to have you on. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, the chap there is Jonno Mears. He fought this last weekend at FCC 19. Good show in the Manchester area, put on by Adam Tay, who's a good promoter. I've had the pleasure of going to one of the shows, and they are cracking shows. But yeah, I mean, you are literally, after that fight, which was a great performance in itself, but you are literally breaking the internet currently. For pulling off one of the craziest, a world first. How does that sound? You pulled off a world first submission.
It's amazing. The worst thing is I wasn't aware of it. Hence the reason they've been drilling it, went for it, all the rest of it, but it's still overwhelming. Like, I didn't realise it'd be so sort of blown majorly on a big scale. And yeah, it's obviously been pretty cool, but at the same time overwhelming.
I mean, I know I woke up in the morning and saw it was literally plastered all over my Facebook, but I know I'd seen Chris Jericho had retweeted it, saying something along the lines of the Walls of Jericho actually works. I've seen basically every news outlet everywhere, even Max Holloway, UFC featherweight champion, retweeted it. I mean, for someone from Bury, what does that mean to have guys of that stature retweeting your finish in a fight?
Amazing, absolutely amazing, because obviously here in the UK, as you know yourself, the interest is growing, the sport's growing, but there's still not the financial money in it to help it grow. So obviously, hopefully stuff like this, publicity, will help it grow for us, and the next generations will benefit from that. So yeah, I'm super chuffed. And not only that, another little thing I want to sneak in before I forget, Stephen, I've been doing a bit of research, and wrestling was originally founded in, this is catch wrestling, amateur wrestling and pro wrestling, in Lancashire, England.
Really?
And where I live, my hometown, is Bury, which is part of Lancashire. So it's almost come like full circle, bizarrely.
It was like it was meant to be.
So now I'm pretty chuffed.
Another thing, like on the subject of Bury, my father-in-law and brother-in-law are huge Shakers fans. Do you follow the Shakers?
When
Bury football team?
I was younger, I did. Now I don't really follow much of the football. I feel it's gone a bit soft. A few too many, obviously politics, too much money. Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
It's spoiled, but Bury's a pretty cool town.
I saw as well in reading about it, trying to find stuff out about it, you're interested in opening your own MMA facility, Bury MMA.
That's correct.
Is that something that's been in the pipeline a long time, or is this fight really kicked that into gear? Or
not really. As a kid growing up, I've always done like all different types of martial arts and competed in different disciplines and loved it. And to be honest, I'm only opening up the facility firstly so that I've got my own space and my own place to develop my type of martial arts, rather than sort of being told certain ways to be done about certain ways of obviously fighting and competing. So yeah, I can do my own sort of thing. But more importantly, there isn't actually any martial arts academies in Bury. Proper martial. We've got a couple of small boxing clubs, a small Muay Thai club, a couple of karate clubs, but there's nothing major. And I feel in general in a lot of towns, societies are a bit rubbish. There's not much for the kids, and I feel martial arts is probably one of the most important sports and disciplines you can do for lots of different reasons.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it does help. You see a lot now. Kids are getting into it, and obviously, if they see someone like yourself, whereas now it shows someone like you who has from a small regional promotion, as it were, has literally destroyed the internet in a matter of hours. That shows that a kid from Bury can potentially just go absolutely mental with what was it, 1 minute 30's worth of work.
Yeah.
On that subject, I thought, being honest, when I first saw it, I thought these guys are like, this might be their first few fights on the show. But I was looking through your record. You've had a lot of amateur fights as well.
Yeah.
Including 2 fights with some big names from Hammer. I know a few guys from Hammer, but you fought both Bobby Pallett and Ashley Reese on the amateur circuit as well.
Yeah.
What was it like stepping into cage with a guy like Ashley Reese, who's now, he's obviously quite a big name fighting on ACB.
Amazing, yeah. I see Ashley on a lot of the shows. I have utmost respect for him. I like to think he has the same for me. I'm actually chuffed that he's doing well. It shows, obviously, when I fought him, we both had a good fight. He is obviously good. And he's obviously carrying on being good. So, yeah, all credit. Yeah, definitely. In all fairness, Sean down at Hammer, he seems to, within the last 18 months, all his fighters seem to be doing very well.
He's churning out some killer
I
stuff.
don't know what he's done down there, but whatever he's done, mixed it up, new coaches, whatever he's done, I have no idea, but it is working. You can see it on the circuit, his team are winning fights. So, yeah.
You're getting a lot of comments of respect. A lot of guys, you seem to have got a lot of admiration from this fight as well. Obviously, you're getting a lot of attention worldwide, but there's a lot of guys just giving you a lot of respect for that. And you're getting comments like, will you fight the Undertaker next? I'm going to guess you're getting a lot of links to WWE comparisons. And
yeah, I've heard all sorts of crazy ones. I seen someone put one up about CM Punk.
I mean, what I was going to suggest is perhaps you should start putting your name in for the Aaron Chalmers mix. You're both 2-0 now. Obviously, you've now got a bit of a name behind you from this viral sensation. Do you reckon, would that be a fight you'd be interested in, a fight with Aaron Chalmers?
I'm happy to fight anyone. I've got lots of sneaky submissions that I want to try and show off with. I was saying to Adam, obviously, he's the promoter of FCC. He was saying, "How do you beat this?" And I said, like, I'm chuffed and it will take some beating, but that's also another challenge for me. I'm still only young, I'm early in my pro career. I've got lots of skills that I want to display, and yeah, hopefully pull off another.
I mean, we've seen a few wrestling moves being shown off in the world of MMA. Obviously, yours is probably the most prolific now. The Walls of Jericho version, Boston Crab, which I've seen renamed a few times as the Berry Crab.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite a cool twist on it. We've seen power bombs. Obviously, Rampage Jackson is famous for his power bombs. Yeah. We've seen a few others. If you could pull off any wrestling move in the cage, what would be your, obviously to top Walls of Jericho, what would be your one that if you could pull it off, what would it be? You obviously got things like People's Elbow, DDT.
Yeah, obviously it'd be the tombstone, wouldn't it? But obviously it's illegal in MMA. You could never do it. You could never spike someone. But obviously as a kid, it was one of the best moves, wasn't it? When you just your brother up,
choke slam someone. Just go to some James Anthony. What's your long-term goal? Obviously, you've had 2 pro fights. You're 32 now, I think I saw.
No, I'm actually a little bit older, but even though I'm a bit older and fit and strong, I'm 34.
Okay. So are you intending on sticking around a few years, or is it like a short-term thing, just get some pro fights?
100%. I plan to hopefully stay on the scene for the next 3, maybe 4 years if we stay injury-free. At the moment, I'm in good health and very strong. I feel I'm in my prime. And to top it off, I'm 5 months in of setting up my own facility, which is going to give me lots more benefits again. So
when you get your own facility, you're going to get other coaches in to help with stuff? Or?
Yeah, all the coaches who I study and train under now, before I actually decided to do this, I went and spoke to them all and see if they're willing to come on board. And I've got all my coaches coming on board, so all the disciplines are going to be taught by individual coaches at a very high level. I've got obviously Andy Aspinall doing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've got Simon Jackson on board with some of the judo, as well as possibly another judo coach. So I don't want it to be just one coach either. I want obviously there to be a team of coaches, so that when the classes are being taught, there's obviously good tuition being given out. The Muay Thai, I've got Darren Phillips. If anyone knows anything about the Muay Thai world, they should all know about him. He's also one of Scott Quigg's coaches on the pads. Then I've also got an old ex-world champion boxer on board. So I've got some amazing coaches. And then obviously I'm the MMA guy, being I'm going to help whoever wants to pursue the MMA by moulding all their disciplines together. Basically, like what I've done, I've studied each discipline for its true worth of obviously the skill set and made my own mix. I try not to fight with too much aggression. I feel at the minute there's a lot of fighters trying to bomb everybody out of the cage and just use loads of aggression. And it's an art form, isn't it? We should be obviously putting a show on. And I believe it should be exciting, fun, and yeah, showing off your skill set.
That's one thing I was going to say. From watching the clips that I've seen on the internet of your fight, you did genuinely look like you were having fun. It was a weird talk. I'll just say a little bit. If you talk through the fight, right. It's a weird position you ended up in. It's not often you end up on someone's back, but facing their feet. That's not a normal position in MMA. After the takedown and that little scramble and you landed some strikes, what went through your head? Is that the first thing that came to your head, like, I'm going to Boston crab you, or is that just something you sort of went, I'm going to try that? Or?
The crab came into my mind when he ended up on his back, because obviously I went from the chin strap when he went onto all fours to try and obviously maybe go for some sort of twisting guillotine or the Peruvian, hence the reason I stood up. But then as I landed on top of his back, grabbed a leg to just control him wrestling, while I maybe looked to spin or turn on him, but then realised, obviously, the crab were there because I'd been drilling it and working on it. On my debut fight, I think I've said this on a few conversations now. On my debut fight, I was hoping to get this submission, or one of three. I had 3 submissions. I've always had 3 submissions that I've wanted to pull off, 3 favourite submissions, and obviously on my debut, the fight only lasted 23 seconds, so I never got a chance to get either of them submissions. And then on this fight, I knew I was fighting a boxer background, so obviously I had to be quite wary. But then obviously, when, like I said, I ended up on top of his back, yeah, just obviously grabbed the legs and thought I'd give it a go.
What was going through your head when you had it and you were sat there, thumbs up, tongue out?
Well,
was that
first,
like to your? Were you looking at your corner at the time? Or?
First, I was going to give it up because I was going to try and spin on him, but obviously my leg was partly trapped, so I'd landed a bit of ground and pound. He ducked his head, and I thought I'd give it another go. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought we were going to get it. Yeah, just extremely shocked, proper overwhelmed. Obviously, the commentators, they were going ballistic, crazy. I think Steve ran round and asked one of the coaches, he said, "What are you teaching down there?"
Oh, I think we might have lost a bit of signal. Seem to be just having a bit of technical issues here. I don't know if it's me or Jonno. Two minutes and we should be back on track with this. There's commenting as well. Oh, I think we've lost Jonno quickly. If you do have any more questions for Jonno or myself or just whatever, drop them in the comments below and we shall try and answer them. Just wait to see if Jonno can get back on. Don't know whether he had phone signal or maybe his battery died or something. But yeah, if you've not seen it, that's the point. Adam Tay, I hope you paid him submission of the night bonus for that. Yeah, because that is like a decade's worth of promotion FCC's got. So if you are listening, John, I hope Adam paid you well for that one. Yeah, if you've not seen it while waiting for Jonno to reconnect, go online, go to the MMA UK page, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also download our app, which is in the link at the top. And there's a great big, there's a video there of the submission that Jonno pulled off at FCC 19 against Aaron Jones. It is an insane. And Nathan, we're honoured to be Jonno's cornerman on the night. Gonna guess some of that comes down to you guys. It does come down to having a good corner team as well, and a fight to go well. So, Bradley Wharton, I think Steve and I deserve a bonus too. My voice is still knackered. Oh, there we go. I'll get Jonno back on. Yeah, if anyone has any comments for Jonno or myself, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm just trying to invite Jonno back in now. Hopefully he'll get the invite. If you have any more questions for Jonno as well, drop them in the comments and I'll try and multitask to ask him as I'm going through them. Ooh, connecting. Hello.
Sorry about that, Stephen. I thought I had the charger plugged in. That's why I've been holding it.
I thought it might have been your battery gone.
Talk about warfare.
Your cornerman's just been on, saying that he thinks he deserves some of the credit.
Which
or no, he didn't. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. He was saying it was an honour to be Jonno's cornerman on the night. And Bradley Wharton, I think Steve and I deserve a bonus too. My voice is still knackered. While you were off air, we were all saying that we hope Adam Tay paid you a good bonus for all the free promotion work you've done for him over the weekend.
Yeah, I've been telling him that I deserve the biggest bonus that's ever been given out. So I'm just waiting.
Has he given you one yet?
Not just yet. We're waiting.
We'll all badger him about that.
Also
We'll all get an Adam's
get his
gift.
wheelbarrow out and go to the bank.
Wheelbarrow? You should get a whole bloody shed out for that. So what's next for you? I know someone mentioned before, I can't remember who it was, sorry, whoever asked it. Do you think a big show will come knocking now? Not, no disrespect, I see like a big show like Bama or Cage Wars. Do you think they'll come knocking, or is that not really where you've got your eyes set yet?
I genuinely, I'm not fussed either way, being I'm not looking to get on any big promotions yet because I'm not in no rush. I'm not going anywhere, and I've got plenty of time to obviously prune. I believe I'm in a good place now. I've spent a long time. I've had a lot of fights in my amateur career, getting myself in a good facility with good coaches around me. So I do believe I don't need to rush. I've got plenty of time. I'm still currently competing at a lot of other disciplines. I compete this Sunday at judo. In a couple of weeks' time, I'm competing at BJJ. So I'm trying to stay very active and obviously constantly learning. Even though I do currently coach kids martial arts, different disciplines at the minute, helping my coaches coach the kids. I still feel we can always learn, develop, and that's in all areas of life. It's just my way of life. I went to a science school, so I'm very science-based.
So it's good to see guys, not like you said, not just coming to bomb guys out, who is thinking about stuff and is planning on helping the future generations get through. It's good to see. It's good for the sport, I think, to have guys like yourself who do think about kind of like future-proofing, I guess, the sport, and are there to help other people in the sport. It's good to see that you do want to do that. A question from one of my colleagues, Louisa. When and how did you realise that your video was breaking the internet? And yeah, what was your reaction when you first saw that, shit, I've gone viral?
It was good. It was exciting all night watching it. Adam kept getting onto me, messaging me. This is going crazy, blah, blah, blah. But then the morning after, when I'd woke up, put my phone on, and as I scroll down, literally everything, because obviously Facebook shows obviously your friends and the friends around you and the stuff they're tweeting and liking, all their blogs and videos. So when I went down and scrolling, everything that I could see was just about me, and it was a bit overwhelming. My head almost fell off. It was like, wow, just looking at Facebook and every page with me. Obviously, Bloody Elbow, Lad Bible, Uni Lad, Life. It just went on, and yeah, it was just crazy. It was a bit overwhelming. But then obviously, yeah, I realised that obviously how big it is, obviously what I've done. Like I said, I realised it hadn't been done, but I didn't realise how big it'd be by obviously getting it.
I mean, yeah, from now on, you're going to be in highlight videos. You're going to be the man who pulled off a world first in MMA, which I still find mental. The sport's been around nearly, 30 years. And in 30 years, you're the first person to do something. That's got to be absolutely mind-boggling.
Definitely, and I believe I'm going to try my hardest to get another one before I finish or retire from fighting, 100%, just to prove that it weren't a fluke.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. You said you had 3 submissions you wanted to pull.
Yeah.
You willing to tell me what the other 2 are?
I can tell,
or is that like
tell you what one of them is, because a lot of people around me know what it is, because I've either got on with it or I've tried getting on with it. And it's the Eddie Bravo style electric chair from underneath in the groin stretch when you've got one leg on a lockdown. And obviously you can push the leg over, fish through to the back. You can either take the back or do the electric chair. I do like that position. If anyone is ever on top of me, that's usually one of the submissions that I can usually flick out. And then the third one, which I'm going to keep secret, is a wrestling style one, which is on another spine lock.
Well, I imagine your next opponent's going to be a very cautious fighter. If the fight hits the floor, he's not going to want to mess around on the floor. We'll let you get on your way now, because obviously you've had a mental few days, so I'd imagine you want to have a bit of peace and quiet for a bit. But before we let you go, is there anyone you want to thank, anyone you want to give a shout out to? Use this chance to say whatever you want to anyone, just give someone a shout out.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to do a shout out. First of all, everyone always says this, but it is, everyone has a good partner behind them. My missus, Without her, couldn't have half of what I've achieved. She looks after our two sons, hence the reason the legacy thing with the gym. I'm trying to put the facility in place for them as well, so they've got something to grow up in rather than growing up on the streets. So yeah, she looks after them. She does obviously all majority of the housework. She helps me with my diet plan, and yeah, basically she runs the ship. So first of all, yeah, big thank you to her, because obviously without her this would have never happened, because I wouldn't have probably been competing. Secondly, obviously all my fight team, all my friends and family, because I've had a lot of friends and family support recently. We've obviously setting up this new facility. All my coaches, because I'm obviously very fortunate. I've got some amazing coaches around me. And then lastly, if it's okay, I'd like to maybe ask people to log on to my YouTube channel, which is Jonno Mears MMA. Subscribe, because what my plan is I won't plan to do it so soon, but we're obviously pulling this amazing submission off. I'm going to hopefully try and use it to help promote my gym to make sure I have more success. So if people are willing to obviously subscribe and follow me, obviously what I'm willing to do is obviously put videos up of myself training, doing my disciplines, also the classes that I deliver in my gym, so people can get an idea of that, and also keep obviously blogs going of obviously everything going on around my life and training and competing. So yeah, if people are willing to subscribe and get behind me, then obviously I'll put the effort and work in of obviously getting some cameras and keeping it plugged.
So what was the YouTube channel again? Jonno
Mears.
Yeah.
Bury MMA. I've also got.
Yeah, so everyone go to YouTube and check that. We'll put the link up on our page somewhere as well, and we'll put the link into the description of this. So we'll link that for you.
Thank you.
I know for myself, I'll definitely be keen to see your next fight. I'll definitely be willing to see what you want to do over your next few fights. I'll be interested. But just one last thing, actually, do you feel more pressure now in your next fight that you've got to pull off something big, or is it just if it happens, it happens?
I'm not going to worry too much about pulling off anything big, because obviously you can only get the right sort of submission or finish if it's there. You kind of got to go with what's there. But I do feel pressure that I've already had a lot of people asking and wanting to obviously fight me. Like I said, I've had a lot of the other local promotions trying to get me on their shows. So yeah, obviously there is a lot of attention on me at the minute. So I've obviously got to do what we're going to do anyway, which is just keep training hard, keep getting better, keep developing. So regardless of what comes, I'll be ready to compete and hopefully get some good victories. But I do promise as well, like I said, if people are willing to subscribe and follow me, I will look to obviously put on a show. I'm not looking just to hurt people or bomb people out. I do want to show discipline mixed, but also in a nice way. So obviously try and put a show on, make it exciting for people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll put the link for your YouTube channel in our description for this, so that'll get shared around. So hopefully a lot of people see that from here. Thank you very much for giving us the time, because I know you, like I said, must have had an absolutely manic few days. It's been a pleasure to actually chat to you and actually get a bit of a listening into your thoughts after the fight from what was an outstanding submission and incredible victory. And yeah, good luck in your future fights, and I look forward to seeing them. So thanks for spending your time, and enjoy a few days, hopeful peace and quiet for you. And good luck with Bury MMA as well. Good luck with the new facility.
That's what I'm actually doing. You say I'm having a couple of days rest, straight back to work, setting up the gym. I want to try and push to get it up and running as soon as possible, so it's done before the new year. But there's also, sorry, I forgot to say as well. So
no, yeah, go for it.
There's also a Facebook page which is just literally Bury MMA. So if people want to obviously like that as well and follow that, I'm going to obviously do the same, feed obviously all the videos up onto that.
Cool. Yeah, if you send me the links on Messenger, I'll add them to the description after this for you.
Brilliant, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Well, I'll let you get off now. Good luck with the facility. Good luck with the rest of your career. 2-0 now, and hopefully a lot more victories in interesting ways to come.
Definitely.
Jonno Mears, everybody. Thank you very much, Jonno.
Thank you for having me. I'll chat to you soon.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.